Monica, I heard you've been so busy with work that you don't prepare dinner much. Hi, Linda. What's going on all of a sudden? Don't play dumb with me. I just got a call from Alan. From Alan? I wonder how you are behaving at home. I heard that you're always staying in your room, saying you're working. What the hell are you doing? Well, I work from home, so my room is my workplace. I'm not playing around. Alan was sad about your behavior. He said you always work, work, and work. You don't do the housework at all. Did Alan really say that? He never said anything about housework. What? Are you saying I'm lying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I work from home. I've never failed to do my chores. So you're saying Alan is lying? I don't know what Alan told you, but what you've just said is not true. Is it? To me, it just feels like that. You don't understand what it's like to be a wife. You never come to our house, and you never care about your mother-in-law. I have to work on weekdays, but I sometimes bring you food I made on the weekend. And I bring you sweets that are popular on the internet. I've been doing my best. You're kind of self-assertive. Alan as well told me that you're a bit pushy. You can't even do a decent job of housework. Alan will get tired of you. Huh? Does Alan think that way about me? It's not just Alan, but also me. Oh. If you can't fulfill your responsibilities as a wife, please consider the possibility of divorcing Alan. Divorce? Keep that in mind. Monica, I keep getting calls from Alan. What's going on? Hi, Linda. What do you hear from Alan? Oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know. Can you tell me? He says that the room is messy. Huh? He says you only work and don't clean rooms. Wait a minute. It's true that I've been working a lot, but I've been doing basic housework every day. Of course I clean. Did Alan really say that? I wouldn't lie to you. What are you doing in your room every day? I work from home, so I really need to stay in the room and work with a computer. You say you're working, but I guess you actually bring a man into the house, don't you? Linda, what are you talking about? There's no way I would do that. Don't be ridiculous. Then why can't you at least clean the house? I clean the house every day. I don't like to leave rooms messy. I do complete cleaning rooms before I start work every day. So you're saying Alan is lying? I'm not sure what Alan has told you, but did Alan really say that? Of course! Alan has been having a hard time since he married you. I can't remain silent about my own son going through such a difficult time. Huh. But I have no idea about what is being said. I'm sick and tired of this liar. I'm not lying. If you persist with such behavior, I would like you to seriously consider a divorce. That's too much. Why should I get divorced when nothing comes to mind about what you're talking about? Are you sure Alan is telling you that? There's no point in lying to you. But as I said, I have no idea about what is being said. Alan has never said anything like that to me. Alan is a kind boy. He probably couldn't have expressed to you what he has been feeling. That's why I'm reaching out to you and telling it to you instead of him. Can't you even understand what I'm telling you? I have no idea what Alan is thinking if what you told me is true. Do you really think you two are a good match? I regret allowing him to marry you. I have no idea what you mean. It seems like you never change your behavior. If that's the way you do, I have some ideas. Huh? Monica. Answer! You must be playing on the computer again. Monica! I'm sorry, Linda. I was having a video call with my business partner. Who were you talking to? You brought a man into the house and you were busy with him, weren't you? Don't say such a silly thing. I'm working. I'm working on a new project right now. That's why I'm busy with a lot of remote calls and meetings. Well, I don't care. That's why you got divorced. It's a deserved outcome. What are you talking about? Don't you know anything? I guess I'm not sure about that. Alan was filled with regret all the time. He said, I wonder why I married her. Neither does she take care of the house nor of me. I really don't understand what you're talking about. I told you before, but I've never skipped housework. You never stop with that attitude. Alan decided to leave you because of it. Excuse me? I don't understand what you mean. Did I get dumped by Alan? Or what do you mean by divorce? You really don't know anything? It seems like there has been no discussion about it between the two of you. No wonder Alan doesn't really care about you anymore. Huh? You guys are divorced. Really? I'm getting more and more confused about what you're saying. I don't know anything about it, but how could that happen? I haven't heard anything from Alan. That's an example of how little you cared and communicated with Alan. I'm truly disappointed in you. So, me and Alan are divorced? Yes. Alan mentioned that he felt relieved after the divorce was finalized. Oh no, I haven't discussed it with him at all. Are you sure we're divorced? I would never lie to you. Even I don't know anything about our divorce. So how could you know? It's because I'm the one who filed for divorce. You did? But I don't remember filling out a divorce form. You can't file it unless it's in your own handwriting. You filled out the divorce form on your own. Don't you remember? Huh? You brought the divorce form when you registered the marriage. Did I? That's what Alan told me. He mentioned that if either of you cheats on the other, you can get divorced right away. Oh, I remember about the divorce form. We promised never to betray each other. I did fill out the divorce papers at that time. Right? He gave me that divorce form, and I submitted it instead of you and him. Weren't you aware of all these things? I didn't know because I didn't talk to Alan about it. How could I have known? Linda, why didn't you tell me beforehand? You both signed the form, so I assumed it would be a mutual agreement between the two of you. I didn't tell you until now, but Alan hasn't been home for almost a month now. Oh, really? Having life with you must have been very tough for him. Since he is away, there's no way for us to talk together. It's excessive that the divorce form was filed solely based on his decision. I don't care about what you think. I just filed it because he asked me to. I don't have to be blamed for that. Oh no. Besides, I had warned you. I told you that if you disrespected Alan, I would have you divorced. I don't think I agreed with that. In the first place, submitting a divorce form before discussing our divorce is so ridiculous. Whatever. It means the relationship between you was already over. I can't accept it. It's good that you two are getting divorced. I'm very shocked that you handled the entire divorce process without telling me beforehand. But wasn't it good for you too? Huh? So now you can work as much as you want, right? Well, it is assumed that you always bring a man into the house instead of working. Absolutely not. What you've just said is just terrible. Whatever it is, I can't imagine that your marriage with Alan is going to continue working out like this. This is the way it was going to be, so all is good. You should be thankful that I went through all the trouble about divorce. What do you want me to be thankful for? You went ahead with the important stuff without giving me a heads up. What are you thinking? Don't bother Alan anymore. What? I don't want to hear that Alan is going through a tough time. He will finally be free from you. I don't understand what you mean. You say it's work or something, and then you stay in your room all day. How can he be attracted to a woman who stays in her room all day and doesn't know what she's doing? A wife is supposed to devote herself to her husband. You just enjoy what you want to do and don't even make any money. So it's no wonder Alan left you. Alan said he was tired of living like that. He never said anything like that to me. In addition, we haven't seen each other for a while. Anyway, the divorce form was already filed, so get out of there. Wait a minute. I bought this condo when I was single. It's under my name, so if Alan wants to live separately, he should be the one to leave. Huh? I didn't know that. Linda, you didn't know? This is the condo I bought, so there's no need for me to leave. You just stay in the room. How could you buy it? It really is my own property. I have the documents to prove it. It seems like you're trying to threaten me by saying that, but it won't work. How much income do you have? I'm sure it's impossible for you to buy it with your little income. What you've been saying doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm not leaving this apartment. Oh my God, you are so stubborn. I'll sue you. Anyway, I'll send his stuff to your place. You can do whatever you want to do later. If you want to take legal action against me, I'm ready. Bye. Hey, we haven't finished talking yet. Monica, how are you? You still can see my WhatsApp messages, right? I forgot to block you. How are you? It seems you've been doing very well. I heard you're a popular blogger now. Oh, yes, but that has nothing to do with you. No, I'm very interested in it. What's this all about all of a sudden? Would you like to start a blog? No, I was just wondering how much money you could make as a popular blogger. Huh? Did you reach out to me just to ask about it? No, it's not like that. There's no need to tell you how much money I make. If you just want to ask me about it, I'll end this conversation. Wait. After Alan and you are divorced and his stuff was sent to my place, he and me started living together. He doesn't treat me as well as he did before. Does that mean financially? That's just one example. He used to treat me to fancy restaurants, buy me clothes from my favorite brands, and take me on spa trips. He hasn't done any of those things since we started living together. I didn't even know he had been doing that. Lately, he hasn't even been providing me with any living expenses. He gets so mad when I ask him for these things. Okay. He's been acting strange, so I asked him why. He told me there used to be a joint account with you. Indeed, we had. We created the joint account to save up for the future each month. But later, I noticed it became empty. I had been saving $5,000 each month. Alan spent all that money. What? $5,000 a month? Where did you get that money from? You were always locked up in your room playing on your computer. So I've been telling you, I work from home. I've partnered with major companies to develop and maintain their websites. I'm responsible for managing all the pages on their corporate website. I'm so busy with these websites that I have no choice but to stay at home all day. Even when I'm very busy, I still manage to do all the chores. That's how you make enough money to save $5,000 a month? These are websites for major companies, so the revenue from each company is substantial. Additionally, I'm handling a variety of other tasks. How much income do you have? About $200,000 a year. I think I was earning about 5 times more than him. Wow, that's a lot of money. I think it's difficult for him to provide you some money with this income. It's unfortunate that you can't afford what you want anymore, but try to find joy in your modest life. Well, it has nothing to do with me. Monica, why did you keep it a secret? I didn't keep it a secret, but you accused me of spending all day playing on a computer in a room. You didn't even listen to me. That's because you didn't talk to me properly. In that situation, it was impossible to explain anything. But it doesn't matter. It's over now. If you have nothing else, may I finish our conversation? Monica, you were rich! I'm calling off the divorce. Remarry my son now. Excuse me? What are you talking about? That divorce was so upsetting to you, wasn't it, Monica? So you should just get back together. It's just a matter of going through a process with a piece of paper anyway. Just file the marriage certificate again and everything will be fine. Getting back together? I would never wish that. No, you still have feelings for Alan. That's why you should just start over. Please don't do that. I get nauseous just remembering it. Complaining to his mother about something that never happened is just insane. I won't consider reconciling with a guy who depends on his mother to handle divorce proceedings. You don't have to think that way. I'm sure he also wishes to have a relationship with you. He's been mumbling that he now can't spend much money for what he wants. Don't take advantage of me. Who would remarry? Please stop fooling around. No, it isn't about money. I think Alan regrets divorcing you. As a mother, I just want to help him. No way. Monica! Monica, it's urgent. You're persistent. What is it? I think Alan is on his way over there right now. Have you already talked with him about getting back together? Oh, it's you who set us up. He's been repeatedly begging me to open the door through the intercom. It bothers me a lot. Why? You are getting back together with Alan, which is what you are dreaming about. Please, stop it. When I saw his face on the screen of the intercom, I really thought I was going to throw up. I want to help Alan. I want him to be happy with you again. Let me ask you something. When you filed for divorce, you knew about Alan's affair, didn't you? Huh? What do you mean? Don't change the topic. You knew he was cheating on me, and you hid it from me, didn't you? I guess I did. You're so obvious. What do you mean helping your son cheat on me? It's not the help I was thinking. I just wanted Alan to be with someone he loves. I didn't mean I helped him. But your son asked you to file for divorce, didn't he? That's true, but... Then that's the help. But not now. That woman approached him for money. She disappeared as soon as the money ran out. What a woman. She hurt Alan. How dare you say that? Don't you think about how much I was hurt? You kept saying things to me that doesn't make sense. And divorce form was filed without any notice. Do you think I wasn't hurt? Don't be silly. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But now I want him to be happy with you. Not with me, but with my income, right? No, it's not. Monica, don't say that. Please, remarry him. I'm already married with a different person. What? Why? Because I met someone wonderful. I met someone who loves me with all his heart, and his personality is very good. We have just started our marriage life. No kidding. Then what will you do with Alan? I don't know. He cheated on me and left me for a month. And he is a spoiled mama's boy. I never want to see him again. So, what should we do for our livelihood? So it's about money again. It's what you want. You wanted me to remarry Alan for my income, didn't you? No! I have my husband with me here now. Oh. Your son kept ringing the intercom so persistently, so he called the police. I'm sure they'll take him to the police station immediately as a suspicious person. Will Alan be taken by the police? Don't be so sneaky. Sneaky? You're the sneaky one. You knew your son was cheating on me, but you made everything my fault and filed for divorce without my agreement. And now that you have no more money to spend for what you want, and you ask me to get back together with him? Don't be silly. No need to dwell on something that happened so long ago. You're the one who is dwelling on the past. Thanks to my husband, I was finally able to forget the bad memories with your son. I refrained from taking any action because I didn't want to interrupt you and him. Now, I'll use this opportunity to bill him for compensation. Huh? What are you talking about? It's been 1.5 years since you got divorced. It's too late to bill compensation. It seems you don't know, so I'll tell you. In situations like this, I can still pursue compensation within 3 years post-divorce. No way! But you don't have any proof. Even if you file a claim, it will be denied. I'm sending you pictures now. What are they? They are the photos of evidence. It's when Alan went into and came out from the hotel with a woman. How did you get them? At that time, Alan hadn't been home for a month. During that time, I kept getting messages from you that didn't make any sense. I thought something strange was going on. So I had the detective agency check it out. Then I got the evidence right away. Why did you... As I've told you before, after the divorce, I wanted nothing to do with you guys ever again. That's why I didn't tell you about the evidence. But I can't stand you bringing up the idea of getting back together. Wait, if I just back out quietly, everything will be all right, right? I'm going to end our conversations with you on WhatsApp right away, so please don't bring up compensation requests. Don't you feel sorry for Alan? You feel sorry for him? You should feel sorry for me rather than him. A divorce form was suddenly filed by the mother-in-law. I've apologized for that already. Is it a matter of just apologizing? Our chat on WhatsApp is also sufficient evidence, so I'm going to take screenshot to use for suing. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll never get involved with you again, Monica, so please forgive me. Please forget about us. I've reached my limit. I'll leave the rest to my lawyer, so let's talk through him. After that, Alan was taken to the police station, but it seems he only got a stern warning. I immediately asked my lawyer for help, and Alan paid the compensation. Receiving compensation doesn't mean I will forget the emotional pain from that time, but I am sure that I feel a little better now. Alan's father got to know all of the troubles between me and Linda and Alan. He got mad about what has happened, and both of them were kicked out from the house. They were at a loss and, reluctantly, seemed to have turned to relatives for help. I heard that their relatives who got to know all the story were also disgusted, so they didn't help them. They deserve it. I am still doing well as a popular blogger. In fact, my husband is a famous Instagrammer, so we understand each other's lives very well. I am living a stress-free life. We are planning to go on a honeymoon soon with the compensation we received.
Nicole, what's going on? Why are you at my house? Oh, Irene. Long time no see. I thought the doorbell was ringing nonstop, but it was you.
You were deliberately ignoring me.
No way. I was busy playing with my kids and couldn't get to the door.
I'm just back from my parents' place, but can't open the door. I hear you and the kids going crazy inside. How dare you barge into my house and cause a ruckus? What are you thinking?
It's my house, and I can do whatever I want.
What are you talking about? This is my house.
But you've been away for months. That means you don't need it anymore, right? So I decided to move in. Got a problem with that?
You're out of your mind to do that just because I've been away. I was just staying with my parents until I delivered my baby. I wasn't home for just a couple of months.
Wait, does that mean the baby's with you?
Of course. I'm holding the newborn and carrying loads of luggage. Hurry up and open the door.
Oh, well, even more reason not to let you in.
What?
Because with a small kid, the house gets dirty, you know. I just cleaned it yesterday. You can't bring a stinky baby into my house.
God darn it, this is my house. Stop with the nonsense and let us in already.
Nope. I've already brought my stuff inside.
What do you mean?
You see, I had a big fight with my husband and left with the kids. I wanted to rely on my mom, but she said to go back and talk it out with my husband. She wouldn't let me stay with her.
So you tried to rely on me. How did you get in? Adam's been on an overseas assignment and your mom's the only one who has a spare key.
I got it when I was at her house.
What? You got the key from her?
Nope. I borrowed it while she was in the bathroom.
What the heck? So did you not only snatch the spare key but also change the lock? What you're doing is a crime.
Don't go throwing around words like snatch and crime. It sounds bad. Anyway, wasn't this house bought by my brother? If it's his, it means it's also mine as his sister, right?
What are you talking about?
Never mind. This house is mine now. Pack up your stuff and get out with your baby.
Fine, I'll leave then.
Oh, why are you suddenly understanding?
I'm done. Talking to you is a waste of time and I can't just wait outside with a baby.
Yay! I'll gladly take this house then. I never really liked you, Irene.
What?
You seduced my little brother, and for some reason, even my mom seems to like you.
I didn't seduce him.
Anyway, I don't consider you part of the family. Just give up on this house and go back to your parents or something. I'm planning to break up your marriage eventually. Don't ever come back here.
Honey, do you have time now?
Hey, hon. If I remember correctly, you're supposed to be back home today, right?
Right.
Sorry I couldn't pick you up. My assignment got extended.
No worries. Dad gave me a ride home. More importantly, I've got a problem right now.
Oh no. What's wrong?
Nicole has taken over our house.
What? Taken over?
I got home with my dad just a little while ago and heard her and her kids going crazy inside. She changed the lock and I can't get in. She's like, this is my house, so get out.
What the heck? Why is she there?
According to her, she had a big fight with her husband and left. Your mom wouldn't take her in, so she came to our place.
Oh, they don't get along. Mom has always had a hard time dealing with Nicole's whims. And after she got married, Mom even tried to keep her from coming home too often. So where are you now?
At your mom's place. She told me to come over when I called her, so I'm here with my dad and our son.
Oh, good. At least you didn't end up waiting outside. But what the heck's wrong with Nicole? How did she even get into the house?
She used the spare key we left with your mom.
What? Mom gave her the key?
No, she snatched it when your mom wasn't in the room. And then she even changed the lock on top of that. I asked your mom about it earlier, and she said she usually keeps it deep in a drawer because she rarely uses it.
Seriously, to find it in such a short time she was there is practically a theft.
I never imagined having our house taken over while I was away. Nicole's already brought her stuff there. What should we do now?
Sorry for the trouble. Let me try talking to her, so wait a bit.
Okay. Until she leaves the house, we'll be staying with your mom.
Got it.
Your mom's blaming herself for letting Nicole take the key.
She stole it, so she's messed up in the head to begin with.
Well, good luck talking to her.
Right. Later. Honey, I just spoke to Nicole.
Wow, you're fast.
Even though she's my sister, I'm seriously exasperated.
Oh no, what happened?
She's living in her own world. She thinks I'm on her side, claiming she kicked out the annoying wife for me. She plans for us to live together when I return.
Jeez.
Not only that, she started saying stuff like, "You've been cheating and the baby isn't mine."
That's insane.
I figured it's pointless to argue, so I just brushed it off.
I see. Well, she dislikes me, so she's making up all this nonsense to try to break us up.
There's no way I would believe anything she says, you know.
Hey, honey, I've got an idea.
Okay.
What if you keep pretending to be on her side?
For what?
Use the fact that she's trusting you to find out more about her situation and update me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I'm thinking about something else.
Tell me.
It's a bit complicated. Can I explain it to you later over the phone?
Sure. Alright then, I'll keep in touch with Nicole and let you know what's going on.
Yeah, please do.
Irene, hope you're having a pleasant night. Are you already asleep? You know, I was texting with Adam today, and I mentioned that you were cheating as a joke, and he totally bought it. I was just messing with him, you know. But he took it seriously, so I didn't correct him. Sorry if I've accidentally torn apart your marriage. Honestly, you're a nuisance to me. Now that I've got the head of your household on my side, it's game over for you. So, why don't you just take the baby and get a divorce already?
Hun, you good right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Just put Theo to sleep.
Guess what?
Tell me.
Nicole's planning a trip.
A trip?
According to her, once summer break starts, she's taking the kids on a 10-day trip to Myrtle Beach.
So?
Exactly. It's the perfect chance to execute the plan you were talking about.
Oh, great. Didn't expect it to happen so soon.
I'll fill you in on the exact details later.
Cool. Keep me posted.
Honey, looks like Nicole just left the house. Got a text saying she's in a taxi to the airport, so I think you're good to go.
Great. I'll contact the movers as planned.
Cool. Sorry for leaving everything to you. Being away, there's not much I can do.
No worries. Thanks to your info, it went all smoothly. Your mom's helping out too, so don't worry about it.
If anything comes up, let me know right away.
Sure, you take care too.
Irene! Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, Nicole, welcome back. Did you have a good trip to Myrtle Beach?
How do you know I went there? I mean, whatever. Where's my house?
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. My house is gone.
Your house? Did you have one?
It's the house you gave me. I just got here and it's gone. There's just an empty lot. What the heck?
I had it demolished by a contractor.
Demolished? What the heck are you doing? It was perfectly livable.
You couldn't tell at a glance, but the structure was severely deteriorating. I was planning to live there a bit longer, but someone took over the house, so I had it demolished earlier than planned.
You're kidding.
I intend to build an apartment building on that land. It's a good location and I can generate rental income.
Wait.
Once construction starts, it'll be dangerous, so please stay away for a while.
What do you think you're doing? Demolishing my house without my consent? Are you insane?
It was my house, and I had the freedom to do what I wanted with it.
Wrong. It was mine. Well, technically Adam's, but it was mine as his older sister. I guess it was supposed to be revenge for breaking up your marriage, but you messed up, huh? I'll sue you for damages.
And don't you get it already? That wasn't Adam's house.
What?
Originally, my grandfather built it. When he retired and moved to the countryside, he handed it over to me. The property's in my name, and I pay property taxes and everything.
No way.
So it has always been mine.
What the heck? Aren't your assets supposed to become your husband's when you get married?
Not necessarily, you know.
Ugh, what should I do then? How do I explain this to Adam? He was supposed to divorce you and live with me in that house once he came back.
No need to worry about that.
Why not?
We're not getting divorced.
Yeah, right. He thinks you cheated on him. He believes the baby isn't his.
I'm sorry for deceiving you until now.
Huh?
He knew everything from the start and has been on my side.
No way.
He doesn't believe any of those stories about the baby's father.
No. He doesn't trust his own sister?
In the first place, our son was born through fertility treatments due to my infertility issues. So the story of another man doesn't make sense.
Then where am I supposed to go?
Well, first, maybe back to your mom's.
Oh no.
After discussing it with her, she agreed to keep your belongings at her place.
You spoke to Mom?
Yes, be grateful to her. She agreed to accept you for my sake, even though she didn't want to live with a demanding and overbearing daughter.
So I can live there?
However, it's for a limited time.
What?
You're allowed to stay there for just a week. After that, she plans to kick you out without any hesitation.
Yeah, right. She can't just kick me out with the kids.
Yes, she's serious about it. Also, your husband contacted her.
Oh no.
So you were cheating on him, right? You lied about fighting and leaving the house. He found out about your affair and kicked you out. And he told you to leave without the kids, but you left with them anyway while he was at work.
Because I thought I could get help from Mom if they were with me.
You were trying to gain her sympathy, huh?
But she didn't take us in.
That didn't mean you could have taken over my house. You were way out of line.
There was no other place to go, so what else could I do?
Your husband's filing for a divorce.
Divorce?
What are you surprised about? You were cheating after all.
But what about the kids?
He intends to take custody.
Absolutely not. He's too busy with work to handle parenting.
His parents live nearby, so he might get support from them.
I can't allow that. Usually mothers take custody of the kids after divorce, right?
It's not always like that, you know. Someone who steals keys and takes over someone else's house, I doubt they can handle parenting properly.
Wait a minute. So, I'll be all alone then?
Aren't you planning a future with your boyfriend?
Not exactly. He's also married.
Yeah, it seems.
I broke up with him as soon as my husband found out about the affair. He told me he had no intention of divorcing his wife. It's messed up. He was just playing with me.
Your husband plans to claim child support from you.
Child support?
Well, obviously, you should receive a call from his lawyer soon.
This is a joke. I've been a housewife. He knows I don't have that kind of money. I splurged on the trip too.
That's not my concern. Well, then I have to go.
Wait, Irene! Irene, what am I supposed to do? Hi, Irene. Are you free now? I want to talk to you about something.
What's going on? I'm about to take Theo for a stroll. Please make it short.
Oh, it's a disaster, you know.
What do you mean?
My husband's demanding alimony and child support. On top of that, I'm getting threats and harassment from my ex's wife.
Well, what did you expect?
Why? I've already broken up with him.
But the fact remains that you were fooling around.
Also, Mom said the deadline had passed and kicked me out of the house. I have no money and nowhere to go. What am I supposed to do from now on?
How would I know? You have to find a job and get a place to live on your own.
So, I have a favor to ask you. Can you let me stay with you for a while?
Excuse me?
You had your previous house demolished and moved somewhere else, right?
Well, yeah, I'm currently living in a new apartment.
Can you tell me the address then? Since Adam's still away, it should be okay for me to move in, right?
No, thank you.
Why not? We're family.
Family? Don't kid yourself. I won't let a trash like you who took over my house and locked me out when I came back with a newborn baby call me family.
What did you just call me?
Is that all you wanted to talk about? I'll never tell you where I live, and never in a million years I'll let you move in here.
Can you lend me some money then?
What?
My savings won't cover the alimony and child support. I've only been a homemaker, so finding a good paying job is difficult, you know. I'll pay you back later, so can you lend me like $50,000?
I'll have to decline.
How about $30,000 then? Please, Irene, you have a job, so you must have money, right?
I have no intention of lending you even a single cent. Figure it out on your own.
What's the matter with you all? Why do I have to go through all this pain by myself?
It's your own fault, you know. Well then, bye.
Hold on, Irene. Please don't leave me like this.
Nicole and her husband finalized their divorce, and he successfully got custody of their kids. In the end, she ended up borrowing money to pay alimony and child support. Currently, she has a live-in job, working from morning till night. She's desperately trying to repay her debts. It seems that she has harbored a grudge against me since I married her brother. Perhaps that's why she took the drastic step of trying to take over my home. Occupying a house that was soon to be demolished was plain stupid. As for me, I'm peacefully living in our new apartment with my son. Adam is expected to return soon from his overseas assignment. From now on, we're looking forward to enjoying a happy life together as a family of 3.
Can I have a word with you, Anastasia? What is it, Dorothy? It's starting to rain. Looks like it. The weather forecast didn't predict rain. What are you doing? Are you ready to pick him up? Oh, my son is fine. He just got home from his lesson. I drove to pick him up. What are you talking about? I'm talking about picking up Martin. Martin? Don't worry, Martin always carries a folding umbrella. A folding umbrella? Poor thing. What? A folding umbrella is just for emergencies, right? Yes, that's why today is the day to use that, isn't it? Men are bigger than women, so they will get wet if they only have a folding umbrella. You can pick him up at the station, can't you? Why don't you pick up Martin? He's your husband, isn't he? Of course, he's my husband, but I don't know when he'll finish his work. Martin is not a child, so I'm sure he'll take care of himself. If he needs to be picked up, I'm sure he'll call me, and I'll go to the station then. Are you still his wife? How can you neglect your precious husband so much? I used to pick up my husband with a big umbrella when it suddenly started raining. I see. There were no convenient tools in the past, were there? Now, it's so easy to use the apps or make a phone call, so no need to worry about that. Gosh, I'm stunned. Are you always so cold to Martin? I don't mean to be cold. I think many wives do the same thing nowadays. Regardless of what people say, you are Martin's wife. If you can't take care of him, I will ask you to leave him. I will not forgive you if you make my precious son unhappy. Remember that. Okay, I will. Anastasia, have you prepared dinner yet? Not yet. I thought so. I made Martin's favorite chicken curry today. Can you come and get them now? Wow, that sounds delicious. I didn't make it for you. I'm sorry that you went to the trouble of making it for Martin, but I have to go out with Kent today, so I can't drop by. Huh? Besides, I'll be late today. I'll have Martin eat out and come home. Wait a minute. Yes? You haven't even prepared dinner for your husband who works hard? What on earth are you thinking? I'm supposed to go out with Kent. Go where? Kent's soccer team has a professional player. He's going to give Kent a private coaching session. It's a rare opportunity, so I decided to take it. Of course, Martin agreed with me. I think he doesn't mean it that way. What? Martin has always been a sweet boy. You told him to go eat out, and he just couldn't say no. It's disgusting that you can't even notice that. Actually, it was Martin who encouraged Kent to take coaching from a professional player. Isn't it because he's afraid of you? I don't think so. Martin loves soccer and he entrusts his dream to Kent. He told me to take a video of today's lesson. That's how you're taking advantage of his kindness. It's unforgivable. I can't imagine how that boy feels while living his everyday life. I don't think it's such a big deal. Martin is very supportive. It's because that he is a kind man. If you ever step on his kindness, I won't forgive you. I'll have you divorce him then. Divorce? That's too much. Dorothy, may I have a word? Oh, how unusual. So early in the day. What is it? You left food scraps in front of our house, didn't you? Oh, how did you know? Because I can see it from my window. You were wearing a hat and black sunglasses. I recognized you right away because you were hanging around in front of our house. Oh, really? I can't help it now that you found out. Did you think you wouldn't be found out? I recognized you in an instant. So why did you do that? Well, the garbage collection point is close to your place, right? So I thought I'd ask you to take it there. Are you sure about that? What else could it be? Are you harassing me? Because yesterday I turned down a dish you made for Martin. Why would I harass you for that? I'm not that narrow-minded. That's rude. Are you being honest to me? Of course. The garbage collection point is close to my house, so I took it there. But please stop harassing me. That was very childish of you. I told you it's not like that. You're such a nasty wife. I'll tell Martin about this. I wonder why he got married to a horrible person like you. Anastasia, I'm sorry you've been through so much. I didn't know your mother was sick. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, Dorothy. I hope you're feeling a little better now. I still have regrets when I think of my mother. I should have visited her, shown her how Kent has grown up, and also at least texted her more often. I understand. It's like that when your parent passed away. But fortunately, my cousin who lived nearby to take care of her, so I don't think she was lonely. That's the only thing that saved my heart from falling apart. You really have to thank your cousin. But I believe that your mother didn't think badly of you. She understood you very well. That's why she didn't say anything. I hope so. I think she cared about you more than anyone else. Yes, you're right. Thank you for cheering me up. No worries. Anyway, she left you her legacy too, right? Legacy? Yes. That house is your mother's, isn't it? Yes, indeed. It was my mother's house because my father passed away and the ownership was transferred to her. She left it to you, so you should be grateful. You're going to inherit it, right? I'm an only child, so I guess so. You don't have to worry about anything. You can take a good rest until you feel better. While you are resting, I'll take care of your parents' house. No, I can't let you do that. Don't be shy. I'm your mother-in-law. You should rely on me more. I have to file some important documents and so on, so I need to sort them out. I plan to live here for a while, so Martin has agreed to help me. My cousin lives nearby, so I really don't have to worry. You really don't have to worry about it. Just take some rest, okay? Dorothy, can I talk with you? I just heard from my cousin. What's wrong? While I was out, Is it true that you went into this house with a home builder? Yes, I did. So it was really you. Why did you do that? Will you listen to me? Huh? Until Martin got married, I've been dreaming of living in a duplex. My husband and I would live on the first floor, and my son's family would live on the second floor. We would eat dinner together on the first floor. Of course, it is you who will cook. I'll enjoy my days by going to lunch, shopping, and learning some things in an elegant way. I've always longed for a life like that. Are you telling me that? Yes, I'm talking about renovating the house. I've been asking for advice on what to do because it's falling apart as it is now. What do you mean? Please don't do anything selfish. Because the house is already in your name, isn't it? Yes, it is now, but... Then why don't we just renovate it? What? Your inheritance is also mine. Excuse me? I'll be happy to move in with you. If you don't like it, you just need to divorce my son. Wait a minute, please don't be so selfish. So, if you don't like it, it's divorce then. Why are you making such a selfish decision? Neither Martin nor I have any intention of getting a divorce. Because you can't even take care of Martin. What? You don't pick him up from work. You don't prepare dinner if you have to do something with the kids and so on. I feel sorry for him, but I can take care of Martin well enough. I know him better than anyone else. It's a good solution for both Martin and for you. You were aiming for my mother's house. That's why after the funeral, you were being nice to me and offered me help to organize the house, right? That was the plan all along. That's not true. I sincerely wanted to cheer you up, Anastasia. Because if you were to stay mopey forever, Martin would be in trouble. I didn't want that to happen. How can you say such a terrible thing? What you did is a fraud. Stop saying terrible things. How dare you accuse me for fraud? This house was built by my father and protected by my mother. I will never let you do what you want. Anyway, I want you to hand over the ownership of the house. Why? It's obvious, isn't it? Because I want to change it to my name. And then, I'll rebuild the house into a stylish duplex of my choice. Bring me the deed within a week so I can get the paperwork done quickly. Did I make myself clear? Anastasia, where are you? Reply to me. Dorothy, how may I help you? What are you thinking? I came to get it because you haven't brought the deed after a week. Can't you even keep your promises? I'm going to change the house to my name and rebuild it into a duplex. So give me the deed quickly. The deed, huh? I'll pick it up today. What time are you coming back? I don't live in that house anymore. What? Then where are you? That's a secret. Huh? Are you kidding me? Wherever you are, bring me the deed immediately. I knew you didn't think well of me, but it's too much. What? You were planning to take away the house I inherited from my mother for your own selfish dream. I can't believe it. That's fine. You and I are family, and if we can make our dreams come true, we'll be happy. I'm not taking that house away from you. What are you so unhappy about? It seems you have no idea about my mother's living will. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't care about your nonsense blabbering. Just tell me where you are. I mean, you don't even have to live there. Just bring me the deed as soon as possible. You're not going to get any further with a duplex, are you? That house has been sold. What? Why? We sold the house and decided to move out. Sold? What do you mean? My mother has been in the nursing home business all her life. In the future, we're going to tear down that house and build a small and cozy nursing facility. That's her dream. Huh? Just like you, my mother had a dream too. So after my mother's funeral, Martin and I discussed it. We had already bought a condo, so we had a place to live. In order to make my mother's dream come true, we decided to sell the house and have a nursing facility built for her. Are you an idiot? Why would you give up your inheritance without a second thought? I don't understand. This is to make my mother's dream come true. The cousin who took care of my mother works as a caregiver, just like my mother. That's why I could trust her with my mother's care. Your cousin? I really don't get it. Can you explain more? That cousin of mine has offered to be the director of the facility. She wants to follow in my mother's footsteps and take care of the patients. With my cousin's backing, we were able to make our decision. The contractor is scheduled to come in tomorrow to demolish that house. Tomorrow? No way! Why would you do such a selfish thing? Because I inherited the house from my mother. What I do with it is up to me, isn't it? Then what about my dream? Well, Martin is in favor of building a nursing facility. He said it would be great if we could build a good facility for those who need it. My dream! My duplex! I've already borrowed enough from the bank for the down payment I can afford. Huh? You borrowed money before you received the deed? You're not making sense at all. Does your husband know about that debt? Of course he doesn't know. What are you going to do then? You pay it. Huh? You're the one who canceled our duplex. You must pay for the money I borrowed as the consequence. Why should I pay? I'm the victim who was almost robbed of the house I inherited from my mother, remember? It's a strange story. Then what am I supposed to do? First of all, how can I explain to my husband? I don't know anything about that. I guess you'll just have to be honest with him. What did you say? You were trying to take over the house I inherited from my mother and borrowed money for the down payment to tear it down and build a duplex. But the down payment has gone to waste, so you need help to pay the debt. Are you an idiot? My husband will get angry if I say that. Come up with a better excuse. A better excuse? I've had enough. You tried to take over the house I inherited. What's your excuse? I could file a damage report with the police. The home builder will be the guarantor. Are you trying to turn me into a criminal? I won't allow such a thing. If you don't want to be reported as a criminal, please tell your husband the truth. That's the least you can do. You and your husband will decide what to do about the debt. Oh no. You won't help us with anything? Actually, we decided to sell the condo we were living in and move out. Huh? You didn't tell me that either. This was Martin's suggestion, and it was decided on short notice. My son's suggestion? Yes. Let me speak on his behalf. Mom, you've been harassing Anastasia all this time, haven't you? Anastasia never told me, but I knew. And I can't believe you would try to take over the house that Anastasia's parents left for her. I just can't forgive you. I want to get rid of you already. So I've decided to sell the condo and use the money to move to an unknown place and start over from scratch. That's what Martin said. He really said that? There's no way that boy would say something like that. If you think he's lying, you can go to the condo and check later, because it's already empty. Huh? We're at the airport right now. We'd like to start a new life with our 3 children somewhere unknown to you. I know it's a lot of work, but I believe we can manage it together. Wait, are you leaving me? That's what we've decided to do. We will do our best, so please don't be discouraged and hang in there. We may never see each other again, but we wish you the best. Such a sudden... Wait! Don't leave me! Take me with you! It doesn't make sense if we take you with us. Don't say that! We're family, right? We're not a family anymore because we've already cut ties with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, take care. Wait, Anastasia! After that, Dorothy was scolded hard when her husband found out about the whole thing. And then she was divorced. She had gotten into millions of dollars in debt without even knowing it. It was understandable that her husband was angry. He had always been fed up with her selfishness. He finally came to his limit this time. Dorothy will pay back the money she borrowed for the down payment on the house by herself. After being evicted from the house, Dorothy looked for a job as a live-in worker. She's earning money by going to work every day while living in a very small room. As for us, we signed the lease for an apartment in the new place. Martin has got a new job too. We will decide what to do after living there for a while. I told my father-in-law about this place secretly, so he will come to see me next month. Now that my mother has passed away, a new wind has started blowing for me. I will do my best to look forward firmly so that my mother will be proud of me.
Mary, are you okay? I just got a call from someone at your work. I heard you collapsed at work and were rushed to the emergency room.
Henry, I'm sorry for worrying you. I have calmed down. I have settled down now. I'm going to be in the hospital for a few days from today, but...
What? I'll check with the company to see if I can return home right away.
Wait, that's not necessary. It's no big deal. Don't worry about me.
Of course I'd worry if I heard my wife had fallen ill. If I wasn't on overseas assignment, I'd rush to the hospital right away. Did you find out why you collapsed?
I am malnourished.
What?
I didn't have any money. Lately, I have only been eating one meal a day. I was only eating school lunches because I work at a daycare. But when I don't have work, I don't have anything to eat.
What are you saying? You have to eat right. You don't have to save money in the first place.
My salary of $1,000 per month was not enough to live on.
What? Your salary alone?
Since you've been deployed overseas, I only have my salary, right? That's why I'm having a hard time making ends meet.
What?
I can't live without you sending me money, and I'm at my limit. And I borrowed $70,000.
What are you talking about? You get $3,500 every month from me, right?
What? I don't get it.
No, I send you money every month. I mean, we talked about the money I'd send you. I told you about it before I left the US, didn't I?
I was receiving it for the first few months, but the transfer stopped halfway through.
Huh? I'm pretty sure I've been sending you money every month.
Oh, is that right?
Maybe you haven't checked our account book properly?
I don't have the cash card with me.
What?
I gave it to Lisa.
Come on, it's not something you'd give to her daughter.
Lisa quit her job and said she was in need of money. So I decided to leave the cash card with her until she finds another job. My salary is deposited into another account. I just thought it would be a good idea for a little while.
What if she misuses it?
Lisa is not the kind of girl who would do something like that.
But...
Lisa was harassed at work. That's why she quit her job and came back.
I know that. But ever since she was a child, she was so selfish and hard to deal with. In my view, I thought that she would finally be independent when she got the job. But to see her quit her job after only a year and come back to her parents' house is disappointing.
Don't blame her. She's still suffering from the emotional scars.
But she can at least get a part-time job, right? Staying at home, living off her parents. What's she thinking?
She doesn't stay in all day. She goes out with her friends sometimes.
What? If she has the energy to go out, she can work.
But when she tries to find a job, it reminds her of her trauma at her last job. If going out helps her recover, I'm willing to give her a gentle nudge if that's what it takes.
But it's not really a kindness to listen to whatever she says. You have to be a better parent.
Even if you say that,
Lisa is the product of years of fertility treatment. I understand why you want to take good care of her. But if things continue as they are, Lisa will become a complete failure.
I wonder.
If I were in the US, I could lecture her on a regular basis. Well, things are getting tricky.
I can't work while I'm in the hospital, and I don't know what my salary will be next month.
Lisa has the bank book. I'm sure she's using the money I've sent too.
When I asked Lisa about it, she said she never got any money. I believed her.
I did indeed transfer the money. So what do you mean you borrowed 7 million yen?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time making ends meet.
Then what about the savings in my account? I told you that you could use it if you needed anything, and I gave you my bank book and the card, didn't I?
I spent it on living expenses, so it's almost gone.
Why didn't you consult me sooner?
You're busy working abroad. I didn't want to cause you unnecessary worry.
Let's put the debt aside for now. We need to talk to Lisa first.
Please, don't talk to her in a harsh way. She's just starting to get better.
Lisa is already 23 years old. It's not good for her to be pampered like this.
But
don't worry, I'll watch my language. I promise I won't be overly aggressive.
okay, I'll leave it to you.
Anyway, you get some rest now.
Thank you.
Lisa, I need to talk to you.
Oh, Dad, you're just in time. I heard Mom had collapsed at work earlier.
If you knew, why didn't you call me? The guy from Mom's office went out of his way to call me overseas.
Because I'm pissed off.
Huh?
She is a mother and she's in the hospital and she doesn't even do her house chores. I wonder what she's thinking.
Aren't you worried about your mother? She collapsed from malnutrition, you know.
You're right. I'm worried about her. She can't feed me when she's in the hospital. I might collapse too, you know.
Stop worrying about yourself and take care of her. You're an adult. You can at least cook for yourself.
Oh well, I had extra income yesterday. I think I'll go out for dinner with friends tonight.
You mean the extra money that I transferred yesterday, right? You must have spent it after all.
Oh, did you find out?
Why did you take her bank book?
Don't make it sound like I'm a thief. Right after I came home, you got assigned to work overseas, right? And I happened to hear that you were talking about how you were going to make ends meet. I found out about the bank book that you'd send money to.
In other words, you knew about the money and took it from your mother. You took the bank book from your mother and kept it for yourself?
I didn't take it from her. When I told her that I was in trouble because my bank book only had a penny, she gave me the bank book.
Now give it back to your mother. The money I kept transferring wasn't for you.
No, I can't live on the allowance she gives me.
Wait, you get an allowance from Mom?
I get $600 every month.
Since when?
Ever since I came home, At first it was $300, but recently that isn't enough, so she increased the amount.
No wonder she's down.
I was deeply scarred at my last job. If you're a parent, you should be a little more forgiving.
It's been a year. I'm sure you've had enough rest.
Wow, how antiquated. This is the 21st century. Do you get it?
You can't be 23 years old and still not work and stay at home. That's unforgivable in any era.
That's terrible. Even though I have a mental illness?
What? Did you go to the hospital for a diagnosis?
No, I didn't. I found a website where you can check your mental illness. So I tried it out. And it turns out I have depression.
Why would I believe such a story?
She believed it.
Oh, I'll have to explain to your mother that you're faking it.
It's not a fake illness.
Anyway, you get out of my house. Don't give your parents any more trouble.
Are you kidding me? You're kicking out your precious daughter?
I'm serious. Don't depend on your mom forever. Be independent.
But she wants to live with me.
That's just what you think.
No, she can't leave me.
Why?
Once before, I asked her to increase my allowance to $1,000. She said she couldn't do it because it would make life too hard. I got so pissed off, I pretended to jump out of the upstairs window. Then she got upset. She pleaded with me saying, I can't increase your allowance, but I will continue to take care of you. She begged me not to do anything stupid.
Did you actually do that?
Yup, I won. She is at my beck and call.
You're the worst.
She was always so soft on me in the first place. She'd buy me anything I begged for.
What?
Even when I was in school, when I complained to her that my allowance was too small, she gave me extra money right away.
I always told her not to spoil you like that. I've been telling her for a long time. I can't believe she was doing that behind my back.
It's your fault. You were hardly ever home just because you were busy with work. If you want to hate her, hate yourself.
I'm getting a headache.
And you're already over 60 and you're working so hard for me. Parents who can't let go of their children are so convenient.
You mean she was forcing herself? I'm sure she said she was continuing to work as a child care worker because she loves children.
That's a lie. She was really just working to give me an allowance. She used to send me money after I got a job.
I should have talked to your mom more about raising kids. It's all my fault.
It's too late for regrets.
Anyway, I want you to know, I'll do whatever it takes to get you out of the house. Of course, I'll talk to your mother.
What about the debt?
Mom told me about it. Is it $70,000, right? You're the one who made it difficult for us to make ends meet and got us into debt. I'll have you pay the debt from now on.
No, the debt was in your name and I borrowed it. So you're the only one who has to repay it.
What?
I borrowed it in your name out of necessity.
You borrowed the money and you used my name without permission?
I don't have a job, so I can't get approved.
What have you done? Using your parents' name without permission?
You guys raised me in the first place, didn't you?
We didn't raise you very well.
Then take responsibility and support me for the rest of my life. And of course, pay off my debt.
I'll be moving back there soon. I'll be back soon and we'll have a talk with your mother.
I don't think it's worth it, but you can do whatever you want. Bye. Dad, I have a favor to ask you. Can you lend me some money to live on?
Yes?
Because you stopped sending money. And I don't even get an allowance because Mom's not here.
I'm so dumbfounded. You're still talking like that?
She is in the hospital, so it's only natural that I depend on you.
I don't have any money to give you.
What a cheapskate. You were transferring $3,500 every month.
That's what I gave your mother.
You can't say that. If anything happens to me, she will cry. She's in the hospital and she's weak. If she hears I'm dead, what would happen to her? Maybe she'll go crazy and die too.
She is already out of the hospital.
What are you talking about? She isn't home yet. She's supposed to be at the hospital.
She's right next to me.
What?
I can't believe you exploited her until she became this skinny. I wish I'd known sooner.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
She must have been at her limit. She left the US right after she got out of the hospital. She came to me.
Wait a minute. What about the money? I have the bank card too, so there's no way she can go overseas.
I gave her some money as living expense.
How?
I had her open a new account and transferred about $20,000.
Huh?
When she fell ill, I really wanted to go back home right away, but I couldn't go home right away because of my work. I gave her some money so that she could have a decent life.
It's not fair that she got $20,000. Give me some of that too.
Of course I'm not giving it to you.
She's a terrible mother. How can you be a parent and leave your child?
Spending your parents' money as you please. I don't want you as my child who spends her parents' money and then borrows money in her father's name without asking permission.
Shut up!
At first, your mother said she was the one who borrowed money because she was having a hard time making ends meet. You know why?
When I told her about the debt, she said she'd take care of it, so you were going to pay it off for her, right?
But she changed her mind.
Why? She was so protective of me.
You haven't visited your mother since she was in the hospital, right?
I haven't.
So she realized you were just a money-grubbing bitch to her. Well, it's a little late for that, but I'm glad she woke up.
The only reason I didn't visit her is because I was a little busy. It's strange that she shuns me just because of that.
Busy? You got nothing but time on your hands.
And I was worried about her.
I don't think you're worried about her because you don't even know when she's getting out of the hospital.
But a parent shouldn't abandon their daughter just because of that.
The one who's been squeezing money out of their parents all this time is questionable in my opinion.
Then what should I do about the debt?
The debt is yours to pay.
You are the owner of the account. There's nothing you can say now.
I called the finance company. I've already explained to them that my name was used without permission.
So what? The name in the account will never change.
I've consulted a lawyer. If a handwriting analysis proves that it's a fabrication, he said it's possible to deny repayment.
You're lying.
Mom hasn't repaid a penny of the debt yet. I'm going to make you pay back all $70 plus interest. You need to work hard and pay off your debts.
I'm deeply traumatized because of the harassment. I can't work.
Do you call it a harassment because they got mad at you for being AWOL?
How do you know that?
You had a classmate from college at that company, didn't you?
Don't tell me you went to the trouble of checking with my classmate.
I didn't think I could trust your story alone. I had to call her.
Don't do anything you don't have to.
You've been absent from work without notice because you were tired or something.
I don't remember.
Don't play dumb. When your boss warned you about it, you got angry and slapped a resignation letter on him. This is the real reason why you resigned, isn't it?
I do feel bad that I didn't call in to work, but I thought it was too antiquated to lecture me that way.
It's natural to be hard on someone who skipped work. It's not antiquated or anything.
Anyway, I'll call Mom now.
That won't help.
I don't know about that. If she hears her daughter's voice, she'll help me out right away.
You can't get in touch with your mother.
Huh? Why not?
Because Mom switched phones.
What phone number?
She got a new phone number, new WhatsApp account, new everything.
You're kidding.
So that she can't change her mind. She said she made up her mind to cut off all contact from you. Mom said that.
Hey, is she there right now?
Yes, but...
Then tell her. Are you willing to call off my marriage over something as silly as this? I mean...
Oh, you're getting married to someone, aren't you?
That's right. It's not funny that my marriage is going to be canceled because of my parents. Tell her to get off her ass and help me.
$70,000 in debt and $3,500 in living expenses. And with the $600 allowance your mother gave you, to pay him off, didn't you? Your mother told me everything.
That's right. He runs a company. He was having financial difficulties from time to time. I was helping him out.
Isn't that strange?
Sales have been down recently due to the recession, but he's working really hard.
But I don't understand why you're giving him money.
I'm his future wife. I'm supposed to support him. Besides, I want to have a wedding. He's the president of a company, so it has to be a respectable wedding.
And you're borrowing money in your father's name?
Isn't it normal for parents to pay for the wedding?
Well, I guess there are families like that.
So, if you see the debt as a wedding money for the daughter, it's not strange for the father to repay the debt.
Is that man really the president of the company?
What are you talking about? I got his business card.
You can fake any number of business cards. Maybe you're being scammed.
Of course not.
When was the last time you saw him?
Well, he said he's been busy with work lately, so I haven't seen him at all. I've tried calling him, but he hasn't picked up. My messages might be unread.
If he stops contacting you, you're about to find out. There's a good chance he ran away.
You're lying.
I am amazed how dumb you are, and you are my daughter. Didn't you notice something was wrong when he asked for money?
I was surprised at first. He's very kind to me, and he's handsome. He didn't seem like a con man to me.
You must hate yourself for not having a good eye for men.
Hey, I'm a victim too. You will help me pay off my debt, right?
No way. You'll work and pay it all back.
I can't. I don't have a job right now.
Then why don't you start looking for a job now? If you work every day without a break, you'll be able to pay off your debt.
If I work that hard, I won't have time to hang out.
I don't care. You'll also have to pay back all the money you spent on living expenses.
Wait a minute. You aren't in financial trouble. You don't have to make me pay the full amount.
What are you talking about? It's a debt you owe, so you're responsible for paying it back in full.
Of course not.
By the way, I'm planning to sell the house, so get the hell out of there and find an apartment.
What? That's too fast a turn of events.
You're not going to be sorry unless I go this far, are you?
That's terrible. You're abandoning your own daughter?
In order to make you independent, I'm going to have to push you away.
Help me. I'll be a good girl from now on.
What's a 23-year-old good girl saying? If you want to be a good girl, work hard and atone for your sins.
Oh no.
My daughter Lisa has been disowned by me and my wife. She has started to work part-time as a live-in worker to make a living. As for the swindler who cheated Lisa, we consulted the police. As a result of the investigation, the culprit was identified. The culprit was arrested without incident, but the money was not returned. Lisa is now desperately paying back her debts with the salary she earns from her part-time job. Lisa is now living on the edge. At first, my wife was worried about our daughter. However, she seems to have been able to detach herself from her daughter by keeping a physical distance from her. Recently, she has taken up dancing as a hobby. I am relieved. It is my responsibility as a parent that my daughter has become like this. I will continue to watch over her from afar and hope that she will grow up to be a decent adult. I would like to live a peaceful life with my wife.
Mrs. Erin Sanders, right? Your actions are obstructing official duties. Open the door right now and cooperate with the investigation.
I refuse. Did you say you're Officer Hughes? Is this some new kind of scam or something? I'm calling the police.
I am the police.
I don't believe you. You didn't even have a police ID. You seemed suspicious. That's why I kicked you out.
Sometimes I forget to bring my ID.
No, that's not possible.
Yes, it is. Don't talk about police matters as a civilian. You don't usually have dealings with the police, right?
Well, no, but... By the way, how do you know my number?
Because I'm the police.
So the police know everything, huh?
It's because you're the mother of a criminal. As part of the investigation, I checked your number too. As I mentioned earlier, there's an arrest warrant for your son for a $5 million fraud. Hand him over now. If you protect him, he'll be arrested too.
A $5 million fraud? That's impressive. I might as well commend him for it.
Huh?
Being able to deceive such an amount, that's amazing in a way. It's like he has some incredible talent.
Are you okay? Praising a criminal is messed up, you know?
Sorry.
Your son is a heinous person.
But it's hard to believe, so I had to make a joke. I don't remember raising him to be a scammer. He has a sense of justice, and I don't think he'd deceive people. I think it's a mistake.
Everyone has a hidden side. Based on the investigation, your husband passed away 7 years ago, right?
That's true.
Maybe that affected him negatively.
What do you mean?
A child without a father often carries hidden darkness in their heart, even if it seems fine on the surface.
Really? He's pretty straightforward, and he has no hidden agenda. In fact, he made a promise to his late father to become an honorable person.
What do you know about child psychology?
Well, what do you know? Don't talk like you know my family. It makes me mad.
How dare you talk to a police officer like that?
I'm sorry.
Just hand him over already.
Well, you see, he's not at home right now.
Where is he?
I don't know. He hasn't come back in the past year.
I see. He must be hiding because he's guilty of something.
What should I do? Is there anything I can do for him?
Good news. The victim is willing to settle.
Oh.
If your son pays back $50,000, they won't pursue it further.
Wait, $5 million reduced to $50,000? They're discounting quite a bit, which makes me even more suspicious.
Apparently, the money involved in that scam is untraceable.
Is the other party also a heinous person?
Well, yeah.
In that case, why not arrest him first?
No, he's technically a victim.
Let's stop this, Officer Scammer.
What?
Do you think I'll be fooled by your story?
I'm a police officer. I don't deceive people. Resisting would be obstructing official duties, you know.
Police officers always have their IDs.
Don't talk like you know things.
I know. I'm a police officer.
What?
Who are you, really?
I'm Officer Hughes.
No, you're not a cop.
What do you know? I'll throw you in a holding cell.
If you can, go ahead and try. You're trying to swindle $50,000 from me. If you're a cop, you should know what crime that is.
There's no crime here. I haven't taken the money.
You don't know about attempted fraud?
I know, but this case doesn't fit that. Because I'm a genuine police officer and haven't deceived anyone.
Alright, you're just going to keep insisting, huh?
Yeah?
Which police station are you from?
Can't tell you.
Normal cops usually introduce themselves like I'm so-and-so from this and that station.
It's a top secret case.
Do you think you can get away with that excuse? My front door has a camera. I got your face on tape and I'll submit it as evidence to the police.
You dare try that and see what happens to you and your son.
Oh, your tone changed. Are you getting nervous?
Fine. The police thing is a lie.
Well, I'm not the police either.
What?
I love crime dramas and watch them a lot. My favorite is Criminal Minds.
You lied?
Well, it's mutual, isn't it? I might have been a bit better at it. By the way, the camera at the front door is also a lie. Got you worked up, didn't I? It's just a little prank.
You're quite good at this.
I'm honored by your compliment. Being praised by a real scammer, that's quite a talent, huh?
My point is clear. Pay up.
Are you acquainted with my son?
I know him well.
My son's in his 20s. How did you meet him? You seem to be in your 60s.
I'm only 42.
Oh, really? Who told you about my husband and gave you my number?
Your brother, the one who loves gambling.
Ugh.
He told me right away. What an idiot.
There's no reason for me to pay you $50,000.
Do you think there's a reason for a thug to commit a crime?
Oh, you're a thug.
Your late husband was a lawyer, right? His fortune should have filled your pockets.
Not exactly filled, but well, kind of.
50,000 ain't gonna hurt you.
It will.
Listen, pay up quickly or your son is in danger.
Do you know where he is? I don't even know.
If I investigate a bit, I'll find his whereabouts.
Oh, are we still playing cops and scammers? Investigation, you mean? Are you going to ask my brother again? Or is there a network of scammers?
Why would I tell you?
Just out of curiosity. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to start making dinner now. Is it okay if I excuse myself?
Pray it's not your last supper. Later. Did you come up with 50,000? I've identified your son's location. Hand over the money by tomorrow. If not, who knows what will happen to him. Hey, don't ignore me. You're reading this, right?
Oh, sorry. Still half asleep. Texting me at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. Scammers are surprisingly early risers, huh? I thought they'd sleep in until noon and be lazy.
Shut up. Pay up.
You shut up. I won't pay.
You dare mess with me? Don't try to mimic my tone.
Aw, don't get upset. I just wanted to try playing the villain.
Too late. I've already lost my patience. I just smashed your car window.
Seriously?
You drive a nice car.
How do you know?
You know, humans can't resist fear. If there's an escape, you'll pay. We use that psychology to make money. If you don't pay soon, I'll smash your son's head just like the window.
What a cowardly way of thinking. Are you still human?
I am. That's why harming your son will be the last resort.
Oh, suddenly being considerate. Or is it more like you can't actually harm my son? You still don't know where he is, right?
Next is your pet's turn.
What?
You adore it, right?
He's the banana of my eye.
You mean apple?
If you do anything to Max, there'll be consequences. He's a beloved family member to both me and my son.
It's up to you.
Darn it. Why is this happening to me?
To you, 50,000 is a pocket change. Just pay up and end this. I already cut down 5 million to 50,000.
I just don't want to submit to criminals. By the way, the 5 million scenario is still alive, huh? It's a bit too exaggerated, don't you think?
After 5 million, 50,000 feels like a bargain, right? In this world, it's about using power and brains cleverly. You may not understand, coming from a sheltered background, though.
Why don't you use your brain for a decent job?
You seem to enjoy provoking me.
Oh, can you tell?
People like you who sit on high chairs looking down often need a reality check. Didn't want to do it, but oh well.
What are you going to do?
Max, right? I'm taking him with me.
No! What do you mean? What are you going to do to him?
I was thinking of letting you off with just the car window, but you pissed me off.
Leave Max alone.
In exchange for 200,000.
200,000? Weren't you asking for 50,000 earlier? Why is it 4 times now?
Because you pissed me off. If you think Max's life is worth that much, you can pay, right?
Where should I transfer the money?
No way I'd do something that leaves a trace. You go to the bank, withdraw the money, and bring the cash.
Where should I go then?
Go to your church after withdrawing the money. I'll give you further instructions from there.
Instead of such a complicated method, let me just hand it over and be done with it. I'm worried about Max.
It'd be bad if the police were tipped off and staked out, so I'll take extra precautions.
Is that what you called brains earlier?
Don't you dare try to trap me. Next time it won't end with a pet. If you act up, I'll bring a hammer and crack your son's head.
Understood. I'll do as you say.
Go and get the money this morning. I'll contact you again in the afternoon.
Got it.
Are you at the church? When it hits 2 p.m., head inside. Make sure you take the money with you.
Got it.
You haven't told the cops, right?
I haven't. Is Max okay?
That depends on your actions from now on. Haha.
It's 2 o'clock now. I'm heading inside.
Go to the ladies' room, the last stall in the back.
I'm here. But how safe is this from a security perspective? Anyone can come in here.
Shut up. Just go into the last stall.
I'm in.
Put the money in the bag I left there.
Oh, in this nylon bag? I've brought it in my own bag, you know. You want me to transfer the entire 200,000 to yours?
Of course. What's the matter? Don't tell me you put a GPS on it. Huh.
No.
By the way, I've got someone inside the church. If you do anything unnecessary, the deal's off. You know what'll happen to your dog, right?
Okay, I'll put it in. It's nerve-wracking to handle 200,000 in a place like this.
Don't worry, my guy's watching to make sure no one else takes it.
Thanks for that. Okay, I'm done.
Come out of the church with the bag.
Oh, I'm not leaving it here?
You got cops coming there or something? I can see through what you're thinking, you know.
You're quite sharp. I give up. I'll obediently comply.
There's a shopping center across the street.
Yeah?
Go to the front of Starbucks on foot.
Okay, wait a moment. I'll move now. Alright, I'm here. What's next?
Look inside the big flower pot. There's a key there.
Is this a car key?
Turn around and look directly straight to the parking area.
Okay.
There's a black Prius parked in the second row, right?
Oh, yeah, there is.
Unlock the car with that key. Put the bag on the rear seat. Place the car key on top of the front tire.
It's like a movie. This is thrilling.
Shut up and do it already.
I put it in the back seat.
Alright, now run back to the church.
Can I just walk fast? I have back pain.
Move as fast as you can and don't look back. Tracking the car is pointless. I'll switch soon. Got it?
Understood. Where's Max?
Tied up on the tree at the church parking lot.
Phew, I'll go get him right away.
Good job. The deal is complete.
Well then, goodbye.
Hey, wait.
What's up?
Got a call from my guy. He says there's no money in the bag.
Really? Then what's inside?
It's filled with a bunch of playing cards.
That can't be right.
What have you done?
Did your guy betray you?
No way.
That's weird. Funny things happen, huh?
It's you, isn't it?
Oops, busted.
God darn you. You don't care what happens to the dog?
I've already taken care of him. You messed around with me, pretending to be the police, kidnapping my dog and making threats, you know. It's going too far for a joke, don't you think?
I'm serious about this.
Oh my god, that's embarrassing. It's not something a 42-year-old temp worker would seriously do. Mr. Ivan Hughes.
How do you know my name and job?
I used my police authority and information network.
What? You said you were not a cop.
That was like pretending to tell a lie but actually telling the truth, you know?
Confusing. So what are you then?
Oh, I'm a police officer. By the way, the camera at my front door is real too. I've already submitted the footage, analyzed it, and identified you from there. I also know your home address. You willingly revealed your age.
Got me.
By the way, the car you smashed the window of, it's not mine.
But it was parked in front of your house.
It's my in-laws' car.
Seriously?
And the dog you took is my mother-in-law's beloved pet, Chocolat. Max is the parakeet I have at home.
I assumed it was a dog.
If something happens to Max, my son will be furious when he returns. He cares more about him than I do.
Wait, so you don't care if something happens to your son?
Huh?
I know where he is, but you don't, right? He's probably run away from home. If you don't want his head bashed in, let me go.
True. I don't exactly know which continent he's in right now.
Continent?
He's been on a military mission overseas for 3 years.
Military?
He left a year ago, and I don't know where he is now. He should be where he's needed, serving our country. You were making a big deal about identifying his location, but you didn't know? So you lied about it too.
I thought he must be somewhere in the country. I wasn't told he was in the military.
Well, I never mentioned it. He wanted to protect people in a different way from his lawyer, dad, or police officer mom, so he joined the military. He has a stronger sense of justice than anyone, so he wouldn't do something like a scam, you know.
Ugh.
By the way, my father-in-law is an active police officer, and my mother-in-law is a professor at the police academy.
Oh, a family of cops, unexpected.
You're not my son's acquaintance, are you? Why did you try to deceive me?
Your house is the biggest in the hood. Your neighbors told me your late husband was a lawyer, so there should be a hefty inheritance. I thought I'd try my luck.
Gotta set the record straight with the gossiping neighbors later. So you were tailing me.
I noticed you often meet with the same man, so I took the chance to approach him. Turns out he's your brother. I pretended to be a high school classmate to get your contact info.
I suspected it might be something like that. By the way, my brother isn't a gambling addict. He's a police officer, probably on an investigation.
What?
You looked like a thug with a rough appearance, so he judged that you might cause trouble and gave you my number, which he normally wouldn't do. He said, now it's up to you to deal with him. He thought it was hilarious.
Even your brother? What's up with that?
We're a family of cops. Didn't you say so yourself earlier? Well, my late husband and son aren't police officers, but they each uphold justice in their own way. In the typical sense, it's crazy for a brother to involve his sister in danger. But we're pretty unique. The culprit practically walked into our lives, saving us the trouble of an investigation.
Well, you didn't fall for it and weren't harmed in any way after all.
That's not true. Those playing cards are a precious keepsake from my late husband.
Okay. I'll just leave them at the church. I don't need this stuff.
Please do.
Okay then, bye.
Wait.
What now?
What do you mean, what now? Come out of Starbucks.
Oh man. I took precautions against GPS tracking.
Don't underestimate police surveillance. The moment you were caught on my entrance camera, you were done.
Jeez, to think I tried to scam the police?
How much have you managed to pull in from your scams until now?
Not sure.
I'll find out anyway. Looks like you're in for a long stretch.
How did it come to this?
Because you tried to scam me, idiot.
Ugh, darn it.
Hughes and his accomplice tried to barricade themselves in Starbucks, but the police raided and both got caught. The total amount of scams revealed in the subsequent investigation was a whopping $1 million. It's strange how such a dumb criminal hadn't been caught before. Previously, he targeted only the elderly. He would pretend to be their family member to swindle money or take advantage of their goodwill. When he got laid off from his job, he decided to make a living solely through scams. He chose me for his first crime. He's charged for the previous scams he's done, as well as kidnapping Max and breaking the car window, and received 10 years in a correctional facility. I hope this despicable scammer reflects on his actions behind bars. When my son returns from his overseas deployment, I'll share this story with him.
Kelly, I'm sorry to have disturbed you earlier. Not at all. Please come visit us anytime. It was a lovely house. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so envious since you're able to live in that high-rise at such a young age. That's extravagant for you. Huh? No, it's nothing. Anyway, I'll never get out of my old house. Don't say that. It's a precious house that your husband built for you. I'm sure it holds many memories that money can't buy. That's true. But still, it's amazing that your parents are the company's president. I beg your pardon? Because they can buy a high-rise without much effort. After all, the company's president is the best. Well, it's my father and I'm proud of him. I see. I've been through a lot myself. But to be given a house like this? That means that Kenny is now a member of the family. What do you mean? Someone will eventually take over your father's company, right? That's right. Normally, a child would take over. Not necessarily. I was just wondering who would take over since you are the only daughter. But the fact that they recognize Kenny as a family member means that he might take over, right? I'm sure your father will agree. That's hard to say. Why? I've never talked about that with my father. I'm sure my father will do his best as the current president for the time being. I haven't heard anything about him retiring from his current position. But there's still a possibility. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Why are you excited? Because wouldn't it be a dream come true for my son to be the president of a big company? Maybe the day I start to live in a high-rise won't be far off. What are you talking about? Nothing in particular. I think you're being too paranoid. Besides, my father is still very healthy, so I don't think he's thinking about retiring. I don't think so. Kelly, I'm so sorry to bother you again today. Thanks for the delicious cake. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to meet Kenny. Sorry for that. He's been away a lot lately, even on my days off. I haven't been able to see him either. Really? Maybe he's starting to realize that he's the one who's going to take over the company. What did you say? Kenny is aware that he's going to be the next president of the company. What makes you think so? Because we were talking about it today. Huh? About what? I heard it. What do you mean? When I was in the bathroom, you got an incoming call on your phone, right? Yes. I heard your voice at that time. Did I say something? I didn't hear the other party's voice, but I think you were saying that someone is taking over the company. Was I? Don't pretend as if you know nothing. I heard you saying that one of the relatives might take over the company. Did you hear that? Yes, I heard you. There are only a limited number of relatives, aren't there? It's either me, Kenny, or my cousin. Right? Kenny is the only one I can think of. Since you're a woman, the employees won't respect you and you'll end up destroying your father's company that he worked so hard to build up. What are you talking about? Don't be rude. After all, Kenny is going to take over the company, right? Isn't that why he's giving up his days off to go around solving problems? I don't think so, but I can't say anything about that. Why not? It's still the company's secret, so I can't tell you even though you're my mother-in-law. I haven't talked about that with Kenny either. Well, but Kenny is the one who's going to take over the company. When you bought the high-rise, your father approved. So that means your father trusts Kenny. I can't say anything about that, because as an employee, I have to abide by the company rules too. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me? No, it's nothing. I'm just talking to myself. Ruth, can I talk to you? What's wrong? I've got a big package in front of my house. Oh, it arrived already? That was quick. What is this package? Oh, you don't have to worry about it. It's an enormous amount of luggage, so it's obvious that I'm worried. Can you keep it until tomorrow? I appreciate your cooperation on that. Well, I don't mind to keep those, but still, there's a lot of luggage. By the way, I met Kenny today. Seriously? You met him? I didn't know. Really? He hasn't gone home yet? No, he hasn't. So did he tell you anything? Well, I guess he said something. What did he say? Why are you asking me that? I didn't know you were meeting him today. So I thought maybe you had something to talk about. You'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow? Anyway, please take care of my stuff until tomorrow. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for taking care of my luggage. You're welcome. Yesterday, I met Kenny and he gave me the key to this high-rise. What do you mean by that? I called Kenny a week ago and he said he's decided to take over your father's company. What? I don't understand. Oh, come on. I don't know if it's a company secret or anything like that, but keeping it to yourself is just not fair. Did you hear that from Kenny? That's right. I'm so proud of him. He's always been brilliant and diligent. I have no doubt that he's the best candidate to take over the company. Ruth, isn't that a misunderstanding? I asked Kenny, so it can't be a misunderstanding. Could it be that you were planning to take over? I guess your father couldn't rely on a woman like you after all. That's why he decided to let Kenny be his successor. Did Kenny say he's going to take over the company? Yes, he did. Now this big company belongs to my son. Since you're no longer needed, I want you to divorce Kenny. What are you talking about selfishly? Kenny will live in this high-rise if he's the next company's president. So I'm going to ask you to leave. Huh? Is that why you sent those luggages? Oh yes, I decided to move in. I'm sure Kenny will have a lot of things to do before taking over the company. So I'd better stay with him. Which means you are no longer needed. Did Kenny really say that? That's unbelievable. I'm not lying. In fact, I got the key yesterday. I can't have you doing such a selfish thing. It's my house too. Kenny told me about you. He said that you've been going to your parents' house where your father lives most of the time. You hardly ever came back to this high-rise. What? Did Kenny tell you that too? Yes. He lamented about it. He said you hardly ever came home. He said he had trouble eating his meals, doing his laundry, and taking out the trash. Did he really say that? I'm telling you the truth. That's just disgusting. Your father has spoiled you too. He let his married daughter go back to the family home and disrespect her husband? What? Well, Kenny has to take over the company anyway, so I guess he couldn't disobey your father. Poor him. He's been putting up with you for a long time, but now that he's decided to take over this big company, he wants to take the opportunity to divorce you. Divorce? Yes. From now on, I'll support my son who's taking over the company. You know what? I think that's a big misunderstanding. And that's not the only thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? You don't know anything about your son, do you? Huh? That cheeky way of talking makes me angry. Let me explain one by one. Kenny hasn't been home for about 6 months now. What are you talking about? It's you who haven't come home, right? No, it's the opposite. What are you talking about? Kenny is having an affair. Adultery? That's impossible. He never said that. Of course he wouldn't say he was having an affair. Because of my father's company, he begged me several times to get back together with me, but he never came back. Are you kidding me? When he stopped coming to work, my father became furious and fired Kenny. Fired? Normally, if the daughter's husband has an affair and doesn't come home, parents would be angry, right? So the truth is, Kenny is not even the company's employee now. That's a lie. I don't believe you. Kenny said he's going to take over that big company. Do you know where he is now? I don't know. I thought he was back at the high-rise. Even you have no idea where he is now. I know he's with the woman he's having an affair with. So I was surprised to hear that you met him yesterday. What? If that's the case, I should have taken him back to the high-rise. I don't think that's gonna work. Why not? This high-rise was sold to me by a friend of my father's at a very reasonable price, and I paid for it in a lump sum. I can't let Kenny, who betrayed me, enter this house. You paid in a lump sum? Yes, indeed. I was a workaholic until I met Kenny, so I had a lot of savings. I'm not good at paying in installments, so I paid in one lump sum. I wonder how much you have saved that you were able to afford a high rise. My father trained me quite well at work. After I became managing director early on, my income increased, but I was so busy with work that I didn't have time to spend it. You're a managing director? That means that you'll be in charge of owning the company in the future, right? I don't know about that. My father is still very active. As for the future, I really don't know either. I didn't realize you're a board member. I'm still learning a lot in my job. By the way, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Kenny and I are already divorced. What? That caught me off guard. Kenny sent me the divorce papers unilaterally. We couldn't even discuss that. By that time, I had no love for him anymore. I filled in my name, etc., and delivered it to the authorities. You're lying, aren't you? Is that true? You're lying because you don't want me to live in the high-rise, right? Unfortunately, I'm telling you the truth. It's been more than half a year since Kenny stopped coming home. How can our marriage last in such condition? Well, so that day when you treated me cake, Kenny wasn't coming home? That's right. Back then, I was trying to get back together with him somehow too. So at that time, I told you that lately he's been away a lot, even on his days off. Oh no. So what's going to happen to me now? Well, for now, you need to get your stuff out of the high-rise. What? I've sent them all this way, but you want me to carry them out again? Kenny and I are already divorced. That means you and I are strangers. It's outrageous to keep someone else's belongings and let the person live in your house. You can't just do that to me. Where do you want me to go? Go back to your parents' house or find a new one. My parents' house? That house is gone. What? Why? Because Kenny said that we should sell it. Why? We were moving to the high-rise, so we don't need it anymore. And for that, he wants me to help pay for the high-rise. No kidding, so you paid him? Yes. I don't know what to do, Kelly. No matter how you put it, you were completely deceived. In the first place, I already paid for this townhouse. I'm sure that the money went to fund Kenny's life with his adulterous partner. No way. Then does that mean I lost my house and my money too? That's what it means. What am I going to do? I sent those luggages with the intention of living here. Where am I supposed to go then? Looks like you're in trouble. You can't get in touch with Kenny? That's the thing. When I called him last night, I couldn't get through to him. And his WhatsApp account has disappeared for some reason. Apparently, to him, you're just merely a financial supporter. He took advantage of your misunderstanding. Your son took everything from you. Oh no, boo-hoo! Nothing will change if you cry like that. You won't get your house and your money back. It was a mistake to trust your son. He's not the kind of boy who would lie. And to deceive me to get money, it's like a crime. Yes, I think he has changed. He isn't the man you knew. I didn't know about that. It's your fault. Kenny cheated behind your back because you're not taking a good care of him. That may be so. It's too late now. Kenny was a kind-hearted person. Even within the company, he was able to treat his employees kindly. But maybe he felt pressured because of his kindness? What do you mean? The rumor said that he got married to the president's daughter, which is true. So the upper management expected him to play an active role in the company. On top of that, you told him to take over the company. Maybe he just couldn't bear the pressure and decided to run away. I don't think so. You should have supported him more. That's right. But I guess I didn't realize it. What? Do you think that makes it forgivable? If that's the case, I'm sorry, but that's not a good reason to cheat on me, right? If he has a problem, he should have talked to me first. That's just your excuse. It's not too late to do something about it. That's impossible. Why is it impossible? I told you before, didn't I? We're already divorced. I'm already a stranger to you and Kenny. I won't go through all the trouble for you who are strangers to me. Kenny cheated on you because of your own fault. I don't know what really happened because I'm only imagining. After all, I haven't met Kenny nowadays. No matter what the reason is, if he doesn't come home, doesn't show his face, and doesn't answer the phone, there's nothing I can do to help. I have no intention of living with someone like him. Huh? Then what should I do? That's up to you. Because I don't have a house and money. What do you want me to do? I can't help you. I'm a stranger now. There's nothing I can do. That's terrible. I'm your ex-mother-in-law. Don't you want to help me or at least find me a place to live? No, I don't. Because you tried to take over my high-rise. You sent a bunch of stuff to me without my consent. That's insane. Then while I'm taking care of those luggages, can't you let me stay here for a while? Of course I'll leave when I find a place to live. I'm afraid I can't do that. Why not? I've decided to sell the high-rise. What? Why? That high-rise was originally Kenny's favorite property. He said that he wanted to live there in the past. He sounds just like you, doesn't he? Huh? So, as I explained earlier, I paid for the high-rise in a lump sum. But now, I have nothing but painful memories. So I've decided to sell it in order to renew my mind from now on. That's why I need you to get your stuff out of the high-rise within a week. I'll be counting on you. 1 week? How can I do that? That's impossible. Can't you give me an extension? 1 week is the deadline the real estate agency gave me, so I can't extend it. Well then, have that agency find me a room. That's fine, but you'll have to pay for it yourself. I told you that I don't have the money, didn't I? I don't care. If you can't pay the rent, then I can't help you find a room. Please rely on others and do it on your own. Boo-hoo! Kelly, please be nice to me and do something about it. Please, I have nowhere to go. There's no use crying on the phone. It's because you trusted your son and misunderstood him. There must have been many things you thought were strange when you talked to Kenny, but you couldn't see through that, so it can't be helped. Please, don't be so cold. I can't help you, so find a place to go somehow. And please leave within a week. Don't say that. Please help me. Don't you feel sorry for me since I'm being abandoned by my son? I'm a stranger to you now. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Kelly! After that, Ruth continued to live in the high-rise. The real estate agent scolded her a lot and kicked her out. At that time, she finally handed over the key. Well, I feel sorry for her because she is a victim too. But it was her own son, so she had no choice. The worst is her son Kenny. He cheated his mother out of money and has been missing ever since. I'm a little worried about the future of this mother and son. Anyway, I don't care what happens to him because he is a stranger now. As for me, my father has officially announced that I will be the next president of the company. From now on, I will work harder to improve myself in order to become the president of the company that my father has brought up, so that he will be proud of me.
Hey Marsha, answer the phone.
Morning, Harold.
Why the heck aren't you picking up the phone?
I'm sorry, I can't talk on the phone right now. I'm at the doctor with my child. Can we communicate through messages, please?
Well, it's way past our business start time, but what are you doing? Because you are not here, work's already piling up.
But I spoke to one of my assistants, Haley, this morning. Didn't she inform you? I'd like to take a day off today because my daughter's sick.
Sick? Don't lie.
I'm not lying. She's burning with over 100 degrees of fever.
Taking a day off for that is an exaggeration. Once you're done there, come right to work.
No way! If a child has a fever, the daycare won't accept them. I apologize for the sudden request, but I'll be taking a day off today.
What? You can easily cheat. Just don't tell them, that's all.
It's not that simple. If my child infects other kids or the staff, it'll be a problem.
Then leave the kid at home and come to work. We're short-handed as it is. Don't suddenly take a day off like this. It's inconvenient. Besides, a child fever is probably just a cold or something. Just ignore it. They usually get better if you let them sleep.
She's only 2 years old, and we don't know if it's just a cold yet. Are you telling me to leave a sick child alone at home?
She'll be sleeping anyway, so she won't know even if you're gone.
That's crazy. I can't leave a 2-year-old alone at home.
By the way, it's weird having a 2-year-old at 33 in the first place.
Excuse me?
Normally, at your age, your kids should be in high school or something, you know. I'm in my 40s like you, and my daughter's already in college. Maybe it's because you had a child at an older age, you're being overprotective. But using her as an excuse to skip work isn't acceptable.
I'm not skipping work.
Your excuse is just that. Do you understand that it's the busy season right now? Do you realize how much everyone else is affected by your selfish absence?
I really feel bad for causing trouble for everyone. But I don't think it's selfish for mother to take time off work for her child. I can't just leave my sick child at home and go to work, you know?
Huh?
I think it's a natural feeling for mother. Besides, the company promotes a good balance between work and childcare. You, as a director, should know that, right?
Balancing work and childcare? That's just a figure of speech, of course. As a company employee, you should prioritize work over kids.
Anyway, I'll be taking a day off today.
What the heck? You've gotten arrogant since you had a kid, huh?
Excuse me?
I remember last month you left early because your child wasn't feeling well, right?
Yes, I was called by the daycare.
You're getting a full salary for only working half a day. That's stealing, isn't it?
I applied for half a day of paid leave, so it's not stealing.
Your colleagues can't even take a day off because they're busy. It's unfair that you can easily use leave just because you have a child.
Unfair or not, taking leave is a right for employees, isn't it?
After all, a sick child is a lie, right? You're just using her as an excuse to skip work.
I'm telling you, it's not a lie.
Nah, you're definitely making up an excuse to slack off. A liar like you should be fired right now.
Fired?
Of course, you're negligent in your duties, so you deserve it.
You don't have the authority to terminate employees.
Even without it, I can suggest to higher-ups that you deserve it. After all, you're just a regular desk clerk. Anyone can do clerical work.
Is that so?
As long as you can use a computer, even a kid can do it. There are plenty of people who can replace you.
I see. Well then, I quit. Leaving a small child alone and going to work is not something a parent should do.
Oh, you're pretty stubborn. Seriously? Are you okay with being unemployed with zero income from tomorrow? It's tough to find a new job at your age, I suppose.
Don't worry about that.
Then don't bother coming in tomorrow. Be as stubborn as you want. But it's too late if you regret it later.
Masha, how's your daughter?
She's okay, thanks.
By the way, I heard from Harold earlier. Is it true that you got fired?
Well, sorry for making you worry.
What happened? I thought you just took a day off to take care of your sick daughter today.
I was told to leave her at home and come to work. When I refused, he accused me of lying about her being sick and said liars get fired. So I just said I quit.
That's messed up. He's crazy. Some tasks can't be done without you, you know. Since he joined our department, everyone's been struggling. You know, he sits at his desk reading the newspaper, and to be honest, it looks like he's the one who's slacking off. He dumps a ton of work on us and leaves on time.
Yeah, it's definitely become a difficult place to work.
Now, with the most experienced you gone, what's gonna happen to us? And you know what? I was told to take over all of your work. We don't even have a manual. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, don't worry about that. I've been making one thinking about the sudden absence like today.
Wait, there's a manual? I thought Harold said we didn't need it and banned creating one.
I got permission from his boss. Harold thinks manuals make people do no more than it's stated. But when someone suddenly takes day off or quits, it becomes crucial.
Oh, this is great news. It's gonna be very helpful.
If Harold finds out, it could be a problem. So I named it Document 1 instead of Manual and saved it in my cloud folder. Can you check it?
Got it. I'll find it right now. Oh, there it is.
Well, even with the manual, there might be technically challenging parts, and things might not immediately run smoothly.
But it's way better than having nothing. Thank you.
The rest is up to you.
Wait, Marsha. It's absolutely ridiculous that you got fired. I'm gonna talk to Harold about this.
Calm down, Haley. If you do that, it'll disrupt today's work. Besides, it might be better not to take any actions that could be seen as problematic for now.
But it's just not right. You did nothing wrong to get fired. Don't worry about me. It's not like I'm going to have trouble making a living right now. But it's just not fair that you, who works diligently, are being forced to quit, while that guy who's been harassing employees get to stay at the company. I didn't resist him because I had my reasons for it. Reasons? Well, he's gonna face some consequences sooner or later. Sorry for causing trouble, but right now, I'd appreciate it if you could bear with it and watch over things.
Marsha, get to work right away. Marsha!
Good morning, Harold.
Forget the greetings, just come in already. It's way past the start time.
Start time? But I'm not an employee there anymore.
You haven't gone through the formalities yet.
Well, I did. I went through the procedures at the head office.
What? Head office? I'm your direct boss. Why didn't you go through me?
I happen to have some business there, so I took care of the resignation paperwork at the same time.
Business at the head office?
Yeah.
Whatever. The thing is, we're short-staffed right now. My staff are calling in sick one after another. I can't handle the workload alone. Just for today, can you come in?
Nope. Didn't you say clerical work is something even a kid could do?
It turns out I have no idea where to start. I should have prepared a manual for times like this. I've always relied on my staff for hands-on work. I never thought you guys were handling such complicated tasks.
You've prohibited manual creation, remember? It's your own fault.
Shut up! I'm asking you to come in. I know everything will be solved if you are here.
Well, there's a manual.
What?
I got permission from your boss and made one just in case.
Where is it? Tell me, I'll check right now.
There's no need to tell you.
Why the heck not?
Because you'll never have a chance to use it.
I don't understand.
You labeled me a liar and fired me.
But it's you who's getting the boot. What? Are you saying I'm getting fired?
Yep.
Look, we are in an emergency here. Instead of spouting nonsense, tell me where the manual is now.
It's not nonsense. The reason I went to the head office wasn't just to submit my resignation. It was to report your misdeeds.
What? What the heck did I do? You better not have snitched on me for saying you're fired. Just so you know, I didn't get you fired. You quit on your own.
I didn't say anything really. I just asked them to check the security camera footage.
Security camera?
Oh, you didn't know? In our office, we've had cameras installed for a few years now to prevent misconduct.
I wasn't told about that.
Well, they're discreetly placed. You've only been working there for a year. It's understandable if you didn't know.
Hold on a sec. Does that mean our office is in full view of the head office?
That's right. Your habit of dumping work on your staff and forcing employees who want to take a day off due to their child's illness to come in. They know everything.
Then I need you even more to come back.
Why?
I want you to clear things to them. Can't you testify that I haven't done anything wrong?
Don't joke with me. Why do I have to give false testimony?
I'll be in trouble if I'm forced to quit now. I still have a mortgage to pay, and my daughter's college tuition too. You're probably struggling to find another job anyway, right? I'll rescind the firing, so come back to work right away.
I don't need you to rescind anything. I'm not in any trouble.
Oh,
Actually, my husband is the CEO of a company. Since they need extra help in the office, he asked me to lend a hand. I'm already in the process of joining them. I won't be coming back there.
your husband is a CEO?
Well, I'm busy, so I'll excuse myself now.
Wait! Marsha! Marsha, please answer the phone.
What now, Harold? Please stop bothering me. You're not my boss anymore.
Never mind that. I was summoned by my boss just now. He gave me a termination letter.
Oh, really?
This is all you're doing.
Is it?
You snitched about me to the head office.
No way. I just wanted them to know about the situation in the department. So I just asked them to check the security camera footage.
I'm telling you, it was unnecessary. Damn it. I worked so hard to climb the ladder. I thought I was on a fast track to success.
Well, if you got fired, there's nothing we can do about it. Just work hard at a new place.
Don't talk like it's someone else's problem.
Because it is.
You said your husband is the CEO, right?
Yeah, so?
Can I come work for him?
Excuse me?
I got fired because of you. As an apology, you should tell him to hire me.
No way.
Why not? Having experienced personnel like me would be helpful for your husband, wouldn't it?
Experienced or not, you're always just reading the newspaper at your desk and yelling at us, weren't you?
Hey, I did work behind the scenes, you know. And yelling was just a form of guidance.
I see. In any case, he doesn't need a high-handed person like you in his company. Good luck with your job search.
Are you not willing to help out a former boss you've been indebted to?
Indebted? I'm the one who suffered from your unreasonable actions.
Suffered? That's an exaggeration.
In a company that boasts about creating a supportive environment for employees with children, you tried to force me to work when my child wasn't well. When I asked to take a day off, you spewed absurd remarks like leaving my 2-year-old home alone to nap. When I didn't comply, you baselessly accused me of lying about my child's illness and declared that I was fired, despite having no authority to do so.
I apologize for that.
Apologizing won't cut it, you know.
You managed to find a new job smoothly, so why complain?
I did, but you could have messed up someone's life completely.
We were short-staffed at work. I was overwhelmed too.
Anyway, there's no way my husband's company would hire you.
Please, it's too hard to change jobs at this age.
Can we end this now?
Wait!
I'm gonna pick my child now.
Hold on, what about hiring me?
You're too persistent, so I'm blocking you. Take care and good luck.
Hey, wait! Marsha! Damn it! Not even marked as red! Please don't abandon me!
Hi, Marsha. It's been been a while. Haley, long time no see. How are you? Everyone's doing great. Happy to hear. How about you? Are things getting better now that Harold's gone? Yeah, I actually enjoy working now. The new director values the team unlike the previous one. And thanks to the manual you created, work is flowing smoothly. That's wonderful. By the way, have you heard any rumors about Harold? No, I blocked him. I don't know what's been happening since he was let go. Well, his wife slapped him with a divorce. What? Divorce? He's been having a hard time finding a job. I don't know if it's his age or his lack of ability, but whenever he interviews, he always gets rejected. His wife got fed up and left him. Jeez, I remember he had a daughter in college. Is he okay with the divorce? Well, his wife used to be a Korean woman working for a major company. After he lost his job, she quickly found a job and has been working hard. So she has no problem without him. She'd rather leave the man who gets fired from the company for bullying his staff. She moved out with their daughter and they're living in an apartment now. So, Harold is stuck in his house with the remaining mortgage. All alone, living a lonely life it seems. Kind of pitiful, but he brought it on himself. You mentioned he was going to face consequences, remember? It seems that came true, so I thought I'd share the news with you. I didn't expect him to be left by his wife, though. You're working at your husband's company, right? Yeah, it's helpful to have a workplace that understands the challenges of raising a child. I miss working with you, but I'm gonna try enjoying my work. Yeah, let's both do our best. All right then, chat again soon. According to what I heard from a former colleague, Haley, it seems Harold gave up on securing a full-time job. Currently, he's juggling part-time jobs, desperately paying off his mortgage, and leading a lonely, impoverished life. It seems he's worried about facing old age alone. He's been enthusiastically attending singles parties. However, no one's interested in poor middle-aged man who doesn't have a regular job, so I hear he's been depressed. As for me, I'm happily working in the accounting department at my husband's company. There are many other moms raising kids in the office, so we all collaborate and strive together. Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.